Um, Lawyers are always preoccupied with how to use evidence, and the substance of the Evidence Act is how to use it in a court of law. We do not spend perhaps enough time on how evidence is to be developed. But yes, until and unless we know how evidence is to be developed, we will not be able to advise anybody in getting a conviction. Thank you very much. We are at 1:15. If anybody has a question, we may stay here for another 5 minutes. No. We will end with Pravartak, no doubt. But if anybody has any question. Yes.
I have a quick question to the panelists that with the amendment and all that which has come into place, what's happening with the new technology which is there, which is like deep face, artificial intelligence? You have now videos, I have seen some, I've done a little bit of research where you can create an entire video just by coding. You don't need physical presence of people who are gone past. So I believe they are now trying to take rights of dead actors from their family so that they can recreate a Rajkumar having a movie today. So with that kind of technology, money being put into technology, how will the current act, Evidence Act, deal with the nuance of finding what is correct and not, and especially in the context what Mr. Sondi said, that it's prima facie, means with that quality of video evidence being produced in a so-called, let's say, an alleged rape case or a murder case, by the time it will be proved in 6 months or 6 years, the person, the accused, has already undergone. So just a quick feedback on that.
Would you like to? Anybody wants to?
Answer by saying, I mean, one is, of course, by the time you find out whether it's fake or genuine. But I'm saying that, will you even figure out whether it's fake or genuine? I mean, forget about the time, because with so much development in technology, do we have whether we have forensic labs who can figure it out? Do our courts have the means, do the procedures have the means that at every stage before production of evidence we check whether it's genuine or not, or tampered, or how authentic it is? So none of those provisions are really there, and that, I think, makes it worse.
Let me stand to make it more clear. Any change that has taken place, in your mind you will think something. You know that thought is not correct. Are you sure about it? Your mind has changed your thought from good to bad. Likewise, if anything that is changed, whether your mind, it is a neurological, or in a material part, there will be a change. Somebody said hash value. Who said hash value? You said hash value. Hash value changes for anything that is changed. That's for the technologists to understand it well, and the legal fraternity to seek that technology. Everything that is changed will be detected. Like your mind, which changes your thought, will be detected. Nothing. Only thing we have to use technology. Thank you.
Now I would request if yes, of course.
The question of deep fakes and everything, the technology, whether you call it forensics or otherwise, you can always see the source of generation. When you put it through digital mapping, you know whether it is an artificial construct or it is a genuine, reproduction through photography, through other things, even in a digital form. So what is happening, we are getting overawed with so many things coming, and the artificial intelligence, the whole kind of, it's being taken as a gospel, spread around without understanding. It is not so complex. What happens, till you put it through examination, all this confusion remains there, because what is being shown as a virtual reality, it looks real. But the moment you put it under scanner, you know what's real and the fake. So the question is the temperament and the capacity to utilize these things and how to build it in the procedure, or like in the provisions of the Evidence Act. Now, one of the cases which we did, so the journalists charged in OS, under OS, and the devices, both phone and laptop, had evidence connected to that particular thing, and also lot of other information which is protected in terms of journalistic privilege, and even some other information which, if spread around, could have caused havoc. And no protocols at all that you just take, even the question of making a mirror image. How to make a mirror image only of that particular segment, how to isolate it, what are the norms and other procedural safeguards laid down to separate the information relating to a particular crime or a possible crime and the other information which is present there. Are your systems, because some of these things are being given to random private institutions, and that is what was being done in this case. So how to do all this? So when you are bringing amendments or you are deciding in courts, the effort has to be to lay down these parameters. So in Bombay High Court we made an attempt, but unfortunately or fortunately the case itself got quashed. So, but what we succeeded was to get an order. One of the most excellent judges on the criminal law side, Justice Mohita Dere. So we were able to get the order that till these norms are laid down, give the devices in sealed cover to the protonotary. So the devices were with the registrar till this exercise is done. And we took the assistance of Truth Labs to explain the nitty-gritties, that how this can be possibly technologically done or not, what could possible parameters be there. Now, unfortunately, since we as lawyers are not equipped, we don't understand how this process works, and we think it is complicated, we also don't raise these issues while dealing before the court. But ultimately, it's very very easy to say digital evidence, this evidence, that evidence, but unless until you have done all this groundwork, these procedural criteria are laid down with finesse and refined further with the help of technologies and others, all this is going to create more confusion, more trouble, delaying disposal of cases. So that is where we need to work. And one of the things which I am proposing in the Bar Association of India is to start regular training courses for the lawyers in our new building, in collaboration with Suraksha and the university in Calcutta, where these nuances are at least understood, so that when we can't influence the government, we can't influence the legislative work, how they do it. But what we can do, we can render assistance to the courts to do it. Probably we ourselves know how things can be done and how to ourselves take assistance. So that is an initiative which we'll be doing. That's why I invited him to be here, so that we can at least kickstart this thought process.
Thank you very much, Prashant. It's certainly a worthwhile initiative that we must follow up.